Hello, everyone, and welcome to Claret and Booze. My name's Nick, and this is my daily ramble. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all enjoying the cooler weather. It's quite nice. I've been out in London this morning, sort of come back. I did get windswept and I got soaked, so I've had to sort of come back and quickly get changed. But yeah, I did look like I'd been dragged through a bush backwards by the time I got home. But look, anyway, no one wants to hear about that. As always, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Please subscribe. It's free to do so, and drop a like on the video because it does really, really help us. So, look, what am I going to talk about today? Right, well, I'm going to try and be reasonable for a change. That's what I'm going to do. Well, for myself, this is more for me, okay, because I'm finding myself going into a bit of a death spiral on the low block on Moyesball. I am, okay? I'm never going to like it. I'm never going to like it, but I need to set myself a target here, really, because I'm going to find myself keep on going over the same thing. So every video is going to be like a cut and paste because the performances are very similar and the same things irritate me. So I need to try and find a way of coping with it because it isn't going to change. However, the start to the season has been very, very good. If you look at the points haul, you know, like I said, if you look at the first 5 games, it's probably an 8 to a 9 out of 10 in terms of points haul when you look at it from a high level, irrespective of whether we've been lucky or whatever it is. You know, we're doing okay. We're sitting 6th in the table, which is far better than what I anticipated that we was going to be. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set myself a little bit of a target, just to give myself some breathing space and to stop me from moaning to you lot about the same thing over and over again. I'm going to give it another 5 games, and I'm going to focus on the league. I'm not talking about Europe or the EFL Cup when we play Lincoln, etc. 5 Premier League games is a target that I'm going to set. And as we know, we've got Liverpool, we've got Sheffield United, we've got Newcastle, Villa, and then we've got Everton. So we've got a real good mix of opponents there. We've got elite level, good opponents, and teams that we absolutely should be beating there. So it's going to be a good way to kind of measure whether or not we've got a one-size-fits-all tactic that David Moyes is going to deploy against everyone, i.e., will we set up the same way at home against Sheffield United as we did against Man City? Will we play with 2 central defensive midfielders? You know, will we still kind of... There's a metric that's been released. It was brought to my attention by Truehammer on Twitter earlier on. And it's called... Now, bearing in mind, I don't really go massive on stats. All right? But it's called field tilt. Now, sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But what this is, it's kind of a possession-based stat. But it takes out all the guff. So, you know, you get teams, for instance, like us, when we had possession against Luton, majority of it is sideways and backwards passing in our own half, not progressive. It's not progressive football. It's a defensive possession-based game, as indicated by Mickey when he sent in his voice note last week. And in summary, what it means is it's a share of possession a team has in a game, and it factors in only the touches or passes in the attacking third. So it's the time you spend in the attacking third versus the opposition. So it's a 100% metric. For instance, against Man City, we had 15% versus their 85%. Now, as you can see, we're incredibly low. But in 2 of those games, Brighton and Chelsea, many people will argue they were our best performances and we won them 3-1. But nonetheless, they were games of fine margins. They could have gone either way, and it does show the way that we're setting up. And what I want to see in the next few games is a change in... Look, I'm not expecting David Moyes to change completely the way that he plays football. I'm not. I know he's going to do his low block. I know he's going to sit deep and he's going to defend. But like, for instance, against Man City, I threw it out there yesterday on last night's show, and I said it's okay. You can defend doggedly against the likes of Man City. You haven't got to throw the kitchen sink at them. But what you can do is do what Brentford did twice last year. Once with Ivan Toney and once without. Both times they got the result. And that was defending heroically whilst leaving an attacking threat. 2 fast players up front. And what they did was with David Raya, they had quick distribution from the back. So when they got the ball and the ball broke, they got the ball forward as quickly as humanly possible. And they hurt City on the counter. That's what they did. And that's what I want to see from us. If we're going to play this way. See, we're not playing counter-attacking football at the moment. Not really. We're just setting a block. And I gave an example of that passage of play where Paqueta broke free on the left-hand side. I know I've said it twice now. is screamed at the ball from Areola's instinct is to throw that ball out, but you can see under instruction that Areola reset himself, just checked himself and started bouncing the ball. That's got to stop. We've done it before. We've done fast counter-attacking football before when we had Lingard in that era. That wasn't bad to watch. So that variation of Moyesball, I will be able to tolerate. It will give us something a little bit more. And it will also improve these metrics as well, because we'll be getting forward a lot more. If we've got players that are up in the attacking third, then we will be getting... And look, it doesn't matter what way you cut it, all right? We beat Chelsea and we beat Brighton. But the fact of the matter is, if for 85% of the majority of games, the other team are in your attacking third more than you're in theirs, you're going to lose more games than you're going to win. It's as simple as that. You know, it is. You know, Areola set a Premier League record this year for saves in a game, breaking his record that he set against Brighton 2 weeks before. So he's broke the record twice himself. Now, in 3 of those games, Chelsea, Brighton and Man City, if your goalkeepers get a man in the match, then that doesn't... It's great for Areola, even though he's conceded in every single game, but it doesn't point to the fact that our game plan is working and that it's sustainable. It's not. You're relying on such a lot of luck. And we have so much talent in our team, you know? Like, for instance, when we go up against Sheffield United, I'd love to see us play with just Alvarez sitting as a CDM, with Paqueta and James Ward-Prowse as the eights either side of him, take Souček out, and then play with a front three that are advanced. I think Ceasefire needs replacing, because then that will free up Bowen. Bowen gets caught between 2 roles at times. You know, he was ineffective against Man City. He didn't know what he was doing. He wasn't really effective defensively, and he had nothing going forward. And I just think if you've got a self-sufficient right back like we have on the left with Emerson, then you're going to be fine. And we have got options there. You've got Kehrer, you've got Mavropanos that we can put back there, and that will free up Bowen, and then we can have a 3-pronged attack, a proper attack. Whether that's it has to be Antonio, but whether that's Benrahma or Kudus on the left with Bowen on the right, I don't know. But whoever we play against, we must maintain that attacking threat, because you should never need more than 7 players back. You've got a back 4 with 3 players in front in Paqueta, Ward-Prowse and Alvarez. That should be enough to shield you. It should. And the other thing that you're doing is, by leaving players up the field, not so many of their players will bomb on. Their fullbacks, the opposition fullbacks, won't bomb on, because you've got Kudus and you've got Bowen up there sitting and waiting to go, so they won't bomb on. So you don't have to sit so deep. So I just hope that we see some sort of variation there. I hope that he does make the obvious personnel changes that need to be made. And I'm going to weigh it up after 10 games. I'm going to weigh up entertainment versus results. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do if he just continues playing a low block with no counter-attack and we just keep on shit-housing our way to wins throughout the next 10 games. I'm still going to be a little bit disillusioned, really, with what I should think. But I'll be over the moon and happy with our league position and the points haul. But again, I've had people tell me on Twitter, enjoy the ride, and the issue is it's the ride is the bit that I'm not enjoying. You know, Mickey, using another quote from Mickey, you know, it's you got to focus on the destination and don't worry about the ride. But it was kind of always been the other way. We haven't really had a destination before at West Ham, have we? It's always been about the ride. So it's a complete culture shock for the likes of me. I don't like it. I'm never really going to adjust to it, but I will respect it and tolerate it if it continues to yield results. And providing I see little tweaks, Moyes has got the ability, he's got the capability and the personnel to make little tweaks that can appease even me. He could even appease me if he just made us a little bit more progressive, whilst not sacrificing too much on the defensive side. He hasn't got to go gun-ho. He hasn't got to throw the kitchen sink. But we've kind of got a lot of points on the board now. He's given himself some breathing space. So it's a bit of a litmus test for me to see if David Moyes can keep those players engaged. Because, look, there's a shelf life with a group of players when you play that way as well. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care what people think. With those types of players that we've got at our club, they're going to grow frustrated and bored if we don't start allowing them to show what they can do on the ball. You know, we've got players that look better on the ball than off the ball. So, and like I say, there were passages of play against Man City, weren't there, where we did look really, really good. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm not saying that I'm not going to review every game. I reviewed the Man City game. I got a lot of criticism for it. I don't think I lost my temper. I think I just reviewed it honestly. I'm gonna continue to do that. I will continue to review the game as it should be. But in terms of the Moyes in, Moyes out debate, I'm going to shelve that for 5 games. I'm going to give it until that Everton game to see where we go. Funny, it's going to settle on that Everton game for me, isn't it? Because that was a game last year. If Frank Lampard had won that game, Moyes wouldn't have still been here. But yeah, funny old game, as Greavesy would say. So yeah, that's going to be my target anyway, just to try and keep myself sane, to try and keep you lot sane as well, to stop me boring you all to tears with the same fucking argument all the time. And I'm going to see how it goes. I've got to set myself a target, and we'll see where we go. We'll see where we go. Like I say, I'm never really going to enjoy it. I'm always going to want a change in the summer, even if this works, even if we do well, even if we got top 6. I'm always going to crave more now. I want to see us playing good football now. I've had enough of this. So we shall see what happens there. But so that's me. That's me reaching out to people anyway. Now, right now, I said I was going to do a video about the mugs. So you got your tea bag in, your Moyes out mugs. All right, it's that on one side, and you got the Claret and Brew on the other side. We haven't rebranded. I've just called it Claret and Brew because it's a teacup. Now, what you can do, because we want to be fully inclusive on this channel, you can have tea bag in or coffee in. So I'm going to leave our email in the link in the description of this video, and you're going to have to email us to tell us what you want. Okay, we haven't got a store or anything like that, so we're going to do it through email first. You email us, tell us what you want. We'll email you the instructions and what you need to do. And as I said yesterday, what we're going to do is take orders this week, and then on Friday we'll place a bulk order. They'll take 3 to 5 days to come to us. Then we'll bang them all out straight away. So the turnaround will be 2 to 3 weeks. All right. So like I say, our email will be in the link of the description. So just drop us an email and then we'll take it from there. I want to do it through email because I need to know. I don't just want people paying us and then having an issue where I haven't got someone's address or something like that. So I want correspondence first, and then we'll sort the payment out afterwards once I know where everyone lives and stuff like that. So yeah, look, that is a very, very quick video today. That is what I'm going to try and do. Okay, I'll probably fail because I'll get very antsy when I watch football. But we shall see what happens. I am going to try. I'm fed up being fed up, so I'm going to try and be a little bit better over the next few weeks at least, anyway, and see how it goes. But I can't make any promises. All I can do is try. All right then. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you again soon. KWS.